Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my not spiritual path, ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings for $50 per month. You get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions / life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in the description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? We have the King of Cups to the King of Swords. Interesting. King of Cups, King of Swords, NG. So what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing two spirits in one body. Okay, that's what I'm channeling from the King of Cups to the King of Swords. I'm seeing two spirits in one body. Someone has two spirits inside of them. Like, I'm also channeling the anatomy of two, like two eyes, two hands, arms, right, feet. So I'm channeling the unison, right? It's like I'm seeing someone that like they have two relationships with themselves. It's like they're a human vessel, a human body, a human being, but inside of them lives two spirits. There's two within one. Let's step in further to the energy. So with this King of Cups to the King of Swords, these two spirits in one body have two different roles that they play in the person's life, right? Whoever this is definitely somebody who's in hell. Like, it's not a gift or blessing to house these two specific spirits in the body. It's a karmic debt that they are paying. Like someone's in their karma, and their karma is to live with two spirits inside one body. But these two spirits have a specific role that they each have to play. It's like this one spirit has to present itself a certain way, and then the other has to present itself a certain way. But they work in unison of their own grand design. Like these two spirits both have a mission inside this one person's body. So this one spirit inside of them is the persona that they have to be in the eyes of others. And then this other spirit inside of them is the real them without the eyes of others. So the spirit of eyes and without eyes. That's what I'm seeing here. Seeing, right? So whoever this is within your reality, your life, and your world, whoever houses this spirit inside of them, this is definitely a person who is in their darkness or their dark night of the soul, right? This is someone who has fallen, right? A fallen spirit. This specific person, these two spirits inside of them have encountered you or crossed paths with you. So this person, simply put, you've met them for a reason, or you've came across them for a reason, you've discovered each other or one another for a reason, right? This crossroads is a purposeful one. It's not one in which has no purpose, right? There is a specific reason why you had to come into contact with this energy of a person. And I'm seeing here that, this specific energy of a person, these two spirits inside of them can't identify you. Like they don't know you, right? It's almost like these two spirits are more like intrigued, right? Curious, almost like they want to poke the bear, right? This is not these two spirits are almost afraid of you because they don't know you, right? And this is a specific message for somebody. So it should not be something that you force. The story, if it does not fit for your life, don't try and make it. We have the Four of Swords here. So this specific person, currently they're going through a lot in their life, and all that they're going through has to do with the karma that they have to pay. This is someone who housing these two spirits inside of their body was something they had to. It's like they were not born this way. They walked a specific path of life and then accumulated these spirits inside of them because of the choices and the decisions that they made in life and what they fell into. Remember, they're fallen spirit. They've fallen into certain paths of life that have enabled them to be able to be accessed by these spirits. Like this person is very unprotected. I'm channeling a very open, void, spirited person in the dark night of the soul, in their darkness, right? With karmic debts, paying karma, right? We have the world. So this specific spirit is very much in, like, there's one specific spirit in this person, right? So they coexist, the both of them, but the other has its own thing and the other has its own thing. They're two different spirits, but they just live in the same body. So this one spirit inside of them, the one that only shows itself when the eyes of others are not present, it only comes out when it's alone. Like this is someone who, when they're alone, they're a completely different person than who they are. in front of people, in front of you, in front of anybody. It's like the eyes in specific. This is this spirit inside of them that lives with them and through them doesn't show that, like, doesn't live in a habitat and an environment of eyes. They live in isolation. They live in the darkness. They like to be alone, and they like the moon, right? They like to be alone with the lunar energy. They like to be unknown in who they are when they show up. You know, when that presence is active inside this person, it only comes out when they're alone. So from this person's energy, I am channeling that this specific spirit as well, this is the spirit that has crossed paths with you. This is the spirit that this person was, this is the spirit that feels bound and attached and linked to your energy. So when this person encountered you in life, however way they did, the spirit that was active in them was the one that only shows itself when this person is alone. So this is definitely a spirit of a person who, this specific spirit has like a mission in your life. Seek and destroy, seek and destroy, seek and destroy. So this could have been an ex-lover or, you know, a relative, a colleague, even a stranger. Take it out applies as to who this is for your life, your world, and reality. But there's definitely this spirit inside this person's body. And it wants you. Its mission is to seek and destroy you. I'm being called to dissect the word want. Someone can want something, but what they want doesn't want them back. Or someone can want something, but not have anything to be able to get what they want, or have no capability to be able to get what they want, right? There's a lot that anyone can want in the world, but the question is, will you be able to get what you want? You know? So this spirit wants you, but will it be able to get what it wants? Because what I'm seeing here is like, whatever spirit is in this person's body, it's a spirit that has followed you in your life for a long time in another person's body. This person is not the only one that has housed this specific spirit inside of them before. You have a lot of people, simply put, that have been seeking to destroy you, whether mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. You've encountered a lot of attacks, a lot of things you had to rise up from, and a lot of healing that you've had to do, a lot of this self-discovery that you've had to awaken to. There's a lot to your life that you've dealt with, okay? But back to the fact that this spirit doesn't know you. It wants you, but I'm seeing that it wants an unknown, mystical, you know, enigmatic type of spirit. I'm channeling that from you. It wants you, but how this spirit is experiencing you, the way this person sees you, when they look at you with their eyes, the spirit that shows up when they're looking at you is the spirit inside of them that wants you. So this is definitely somebody who's in the energy to seek and destroy you somehow, because of the spirit that is very active inside of them, using them to get to you. But it's a bigger mission than just destroying your life, because it's a part of your bloodline, your DNA, for you to break certain curses. But this spirit is trying to prevent that from occurring in your life. This is a spirit that's trying to stop you from being who you're supposed to be. And it finds its way in different people to ensure that you never get to where you need to go. Yeah, the spirit is a self-fulfilling spirit. It doesn't care about anything outside of its own purpose, its own prophecy, its own presence. It's only active in its own domain. Like, this is not a spirit, therefore, that can exist outside of itself. meaning this person inside of them and outside of them is just two different people. Like, and it'll forever be like that. This is not someone who can change themselves because these spirits have permanently housed themselves inside of them. And a spirit can only access you if you've allowed it. So it's not like it just possessed you, right? It possessed you due to your allowance of it in you. Once you allow it to be active in you by making certain decisions and choices that you're conscious or not conscious of, knowing that they're not good, but you still do it. You are coexisting with the spirit when you live like that, doing something but knowing better. But you keep doing it until it takes you. And then there's consequence, karmic debt, karma. Like right now, that's what this person is facing. Because there's a desperateness that I'm channeling from the spirit. It's like this is an enemy in your life that has been trying to work against you for a very long time. Like the way this spirit has wanted you, it's almost like it has allowed itself to consume the host. It's taking control of this person's body, almost overpowering the other spirit inside this person's body. Because remember, there's two. So it's like the other one is more active than the other because it's in its most conscious, like it's present. The other isn't present. So the person that this person is in front of people, that person is slowly losing himself or herself inside of this person's body. Take it out, applies for your reality, whether this is a masculine energy or feminine energy in your world, your life. We have the Page of Wands. This spirit is very hungry, okay? Every day is a new challenge. How am I going to get you? How am I going to get you? Like, this is someone who has been dedicated and devoted and committed to stopping you and delaying your path, making sure your walk of life is always delayed, blocked, or making sure you never have a way forward, or nothing opens up, or nothing goes accordingly for you. Okay, seek and destroy. That is the mission of the spirit. That is the spirit's aim. Okay. So because this spirit is more active than the other inside this person's body, this person is slowly beginning to lose themselves as they morph into this other spirit that is more active. Meaning the person that they are, because there's two spirits, the one that comes out when people are around, the one that comes out when no one is around. So the one that is only present when no one is around, that's the spirit that's overpowering the other spirit, which is the spirit that only comes out when people are around. So it means this person, as they're living in their reality with people trying to coexist on earth, they're having a very difficult time continuing with the facade or the persona or the illusion of their identity. Like the lie that they've been living. This is definitely someone who they portray themselves to be is a lie. Someone's a con, they're not real. Like someone is not real. Something is not real. Like it's a lie. Someone's a liar in who they are. And now there's consequences to those actions. I am seeing that the energy of Luna is coming out here with the Ten of Cups reversed. Yeah, this is definitely someone whom their bloodline and DNA is strongly linked to disorderly conduct. Meaning this person comes from a family tree of people that have a lot of karmic debts that they owe. A lot of karma that is due for them. Yeah. We have the Magician to the Six of Swords here. The pursuit of this spirit is very hungry for your energy, beloved. It's like there's something about the way this person feels about you, thinks about you, the way they want you. Like there's a way that they want you. Like I said, you can want something, but the wanting stems from a specific place. The root cause of the want is not always the same. It never is. It varies in its form because it's not of the same existence in the person. We don't want things the same way or for the same intentions or purpose, right? or the things that we want don't affect us the way, that other person would be affected. It's like individuality. This is where individuality comes in. This spirit in this person's body, as it's very active, don't think that because it's a spirit, it's not them. It is them. They've morphed into the spirit. They are this spirit. They're the reason the spirit is active anyway. It's their vessel that's holding it. It's their body that houses it. So they're opening the portal for the spirit. They're allowing themselves to be controlled by the spirit. They live with it. So these two spirits inside this person, as they having their way with this person, because they allow it to, this person forgets that it's still spirits, right? I see here that this is definitely someone who is into dark arts, okay, with the Magician to the Six of Swords. This is someone who in their path of life, they discovered witchcraft and voodoo and black magic, and they went ham, and they just started doing all types of things with the darkness or the dark arts, and bound their energy and grounded their energy, and tied their energy to so many spirits, right? But only two spirits have won their soul. So it's these specific two spirits living inside of them. And these spirits have won this person's soul because these spirits fought for their soul. Like this person sold their soul to these two spirits because of what they've been doing in their life, right? Yeah, so now with this Nine of Swords, this person is unable to let go of this wanting, right? It's almost becoming predatory the way this person wants you. They want you in a predatory way. Almost like, oh, I don't care if you don't want me. At some point, I might have cared. At some point, it might have meant that, like, oh, let me back away. But right now, I don't care. Even if you scream and yell and say you don't want me, I want you. So what now? Like, that's what I'm channeling from this. It's like the spirit is speaking in this person's vessel. You think it's them alone. It's not just them. It's that spirit. There's certain, for example, an analogy, a reference point, a case study. There's specific women, who house the Jezebel spirit. Those are women that are karmic in their nature, jealous and envious and hateful in who they are, and bitter and angry. Jezebel can have, her way with the Jezebel spirit can have its way inside that person. Because they already carry the genes for it. The DNA, it's already in their blood, it's already in their mind, in their heart, it's already in their spirit. Hence, the spirit can have access. It just chooses who it wants to possess. But this spirit has many options, right? Jezebel has many options. But coming back to the generalization of this message, these two spirits inside this person are the spirits they've encountered in their life that officially own their soul. For another example, reference point, case study, an analogy would be like someone that falls upon the spirit of addiction and they become an addict, and that addiction controls their mind, their heart, and their spirit. It controls their whole entire identity. An addiction is a spiritual soul tie, right? So coming back to the generalization of this message here, this spirit inside this person's body, it's communicating its rage. Like This person is very upset, like, you know what I'm saying? They enraged and angry and mad, almost insanely mad, insanely angry, like completely overcome by rage, unhinged. Like this person has no rationality to them at all. At this time, there's just a complete like loony bin. Someone is gone, like, and it's like, since you are rejecting this spirit, because you are rejecting this person, like this is not someone that you want. They want you, but you don't want them back. Yeah, so this spirit is returning back to where it comes from. So this person is losing the wanting, simply put. Like, when you say, when God said, resist the devil and he will flee. So it was spoken, it was said, and so it shall be. So this is what's happening with this person. It's becoming clear to the spirit inside of them that this spirit is weak to you. It has no access, it can't win. It can seek to destroy, but it doesn't mean whatever they're seeking will be found by them or anything like that. So things are taking a turn. 10 of Wands to the Wheel of Fortune. This spirit is returning to where it comes from, meaning this person is realizing that they can never have their way with you. They can never have you the way they want you. Like something is over here. Someone's reign over your life, or someone's control, authority, and power over your life, or the power and authority and control that they want to have over your life, right? Like that desire, that wanting is coming to an end. Like someone is losing here. This is definitely somebody who has a lot to learn about karma and karmic debts, because they've done so much to people. They've sent out so many dark entities and attachments to the world, and their spirit is tied and bound to so many things. The same spirit that, can't have you, but that spirit has so many other things. It's like this person is like a succubus. This spirit is a succubus spirit where it just steals, whether it steals time, energy, thoughts, emotions, whether it steals through fear or pain. Whether it's like this is the spirit that carries narcissism. Hence, it's such a common trait amongst humanity at this time, because it's a very active spirit in a lot of people. It's a common thing, right? So you're dealing with someone here who has a very dark entity attachment, and you've escaped them or escaped their grip. They just don't want to come to terms with it. They just don't want to accept that they can't have you. Someone was so desperate for you, because this spirit was so hungry for you that it was chasing you down. This spirit wanted to see you completely just utterly destroyed, turn to nothing but ash, like just nothingness. But it's like that's not happening. The spirit inside this person's body is very upset. Like, so at this time, this person might try and scare you or send you death threats or intimidate you, or show up somewhere where you are, just to make sure that you make eye contact, you see them, you acknowledge their presence, you give them attention. Like this person is going to be trying to do a lot, but it's all out of desperation, because they see here that there's nothing more that they can do. Cat got my tongue, my hands are tied. That's what I'm channeling here. Something is not working out for this thief. Something's not working out for this person who tried to, take from you in a specific way. And I see here that you are healing from this experience every day. And as you heal, you're going to watch this person suffer for their sins, because this karma that they're carrying, this karmic debts that is hovering over them, and this cross that they have to, bear, is one which they won't be able to do. Like this person is going to be overcome or overwhelmed by the spirit, this is one of the people in life that are going to literally turn into just like nothing, like one of those people that like, because that's what the spirit's going to do. It's going to take this person, it's going to take them away completely, because they've allowed the spirit to control them to that level where there is no balance or restriction or boundaries or respect. No, it's complete host to vessel, host to body, right? It's like inside of them, in complete utter control, authority, and power, because that's what they've allowed. So clearly, this is a really bad person, like, because this spirit only houses itself in bad people, but specifically dark, like people. Like that's, it's not just a bad person because they gossip and they like to put people down, but it's more like a bad person because they violate, they harass, they bully, they torment, you know, they inflict pain, trauma. Like this is that level. So God has enabled you to escape. Like this person no longer has a way to get to you. You're on your way to your healing journey and healing path and your healing walk. And they're walking the path of karmic debt that is tied to a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of regret, and a lot of humiliation, one which they will have to take accountability for, because it's their own responsibility. They chose to be this way. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. And I thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love, as well as ancestral lineage readings. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. I also now offer one-on-one sessions slash life coach sessions. Those will be once off and not monthly. You can only book me for those directly via my email, which will be listed in my description box below, as well as the link to my Patreon if you'd rather join my Patreon instead. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google, search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.